Well, hello there folks, and welcome back. We have got a brand new dungeon to go through, and we're going to be doing the battle guide for going through and doing that. I will not be using any forge enhancements at all in my runs, so, you know, if you want to stack up on some potions, I'd recommend some nice Revitalize Elixir and some Honor Potions as well. Obviously, the potent versions, and they will be very, very useful later on, especially the Revitalize one. Now, before you can begin, you have to complete 3 starter quests. So, this actually had me stumped for absolutely ages. Shout out to Tech Huntress for putting me onto the right track, so go along and get your Smite enhancement. You want to click the buy and hold option, which will actually give Smite to you as a physical item. Once you've got that, you can go along and accept the first quest. All we're going to be doing to smite the boulder is going through to the right and literally clicking on the ginormous rock or boulder, whatever you prefer to call it, and then we can move on to our second starter quest. So the second starter quest, you need to get your Scythe of Azalith. We spoke about this the other week when I told you about the pre-farm requirements. You can literally just come along to Inferno Arena and you need to go through and grab the items in order to merge for that one. And once you got that, we can again go along and hit the rock or boulder, whatever you want to call it. And then lastly, and certainly not least, you just need J6's hammer, so go along to the Hyperion, Hyperspace, wherever you want to access this shop, and just click on the dials in the order I do, and of course that will open you up the J6 Hyperion shop. You can go in here, and right at the bottom, annoyingly it took me a little while to figure out, I had to scroll right to the bottom, but sure enough, there is going to be J6's hammer for you to buy. And again, once we've got that, you can go through, whack the rock one last time, and we can get started on defeating some enemies with some pretty funky mechanics. Okay, so make sure you accept that quest, and we start with Grimskull. So when the punching bag is tired of taking a beating appears, you want to press the escape key or stop attacking, however you prefer to do that. And when retaliate appears, you can then start attacking again. I'm using plain old Void Highlord to do this, and there is a big hole in the middle of the room, so make sure you go around him like that. Fortunately, he hasn't got too much health to do, but as you can see, the punching bag is tired of taking a beating has appeared. I actually get away with it with the first message because I didn't really spot it, but when it does appear, just hit escape, you'll stop attacking him, and as a result, he won't nuke you with loads and loads of damage. He basically just retaliates and does essentially as much damage as you've done to him back at you, or thereabouts. Maybe not the exact amount, but you know, enough to certainly kill you in one go. So just keep your eye out for that text appearing, and you'll get through there nice and easily. Sticking with Void Highlord, this bomb room, you just want to defeat the bombs within 60 seconds, so just start on the first one, get through it as quick as you can, and once all 3 of them are defeated, then you can advance through to your next room. And yes, it does get a little bit harder in the next one, so brace yourself for more of a challenge. I actually think some of the monsters before the final boss are more annoying. That's just my own opinion, and of course, as we go through this, these are the setups I use. There's plenty of others that out there that will do the job. So Empress Angler, when heal up, Empress Angler is attempting to devour their prey appears. You have 4 seconds to make sure you get to max health or you will wipe. I'm using Legion Revenant with a potent Revitalize Elixir, and from this point onwards in the video, I always have Health Vamp equipped. So you want the Revitalize Elixir just because it gives you a nice heal over time, literally for absolutely ages. So Legion Revenant you want to be using because this boss will heal. So Decay on Legion Revenant will help prevent that and means that it won't take you as long to defeat. Also, of course, you do get your own heal with Legion Revenant, so that's very, very important. So as you can see at the moment, it's attempting to regenerate. So if you have decayed and managed to time it well with everything else going on, then you'll have a little bit less health to worry about. That heal up has appeared, and as you can see, we're trying to get health up to max, and there you go, it hit 3070, which is as far as my HP will go, and would you believe we survived to fight another day. You just have to continue this cycle going all the way through, just keeping on top of your HP really. There's probably other methods you could go about using it, but the main thing is just to make sure you're healing or have some kind of heal going on as soon as that message appears, because it does give you a small window in order where you're not going to really be getting whacked very hard at all by the boss that you're defeating. And as you go through the battle, it will take a little while with this method, so obviously if you do have forge enhancements and stuff you want to pop on, or a particular class or build that you want to go with, then that also will do the trick. But for anyone out there that is wondering, it is skill 4 that applies the heal over time on Legion Revenant, so just keep your eye on that one and make sure, to be honest, as long as you're just going through all the skills and orders when they come back to life, you should be mostly okay when you're doing this. If there's any extra potions you want to equip, go for it, health potions, that sort of thing, if you get worried, but I think the Revitalize Elixir should carry you through. We then get a loot room, so there is a treasure chest you can quickly defeat before we move on to our next encounter. Yes, we're going to start calling them encounters because I'm a Destiny fan, so, you know, it makes me feel even better. We have these, I don't know, we're going to call them Shelletons. They're reinforced, so again, I just kept me Legion Revenant on and just went for it. As soon as they're turned upside down, you'll deal loads of damage. Although, once the back one was down, the door actually opened. Not sure if that was meant to happen. I didn't try and go through it. We just carried on defeating them. So, that was that room complete. So, the Fell Statues. When the Fell Statue is charging with electricity appears, you need to change your target to one of the other statues and then just keep repeating the cycle. I'm now using a Void High Lord, and of course Health Vamp is still equipped. So what I mean by this, as soon as you see it is being temporarily charged with electricity, just change your target onto one of the other statues. It's easiest just to go left, middle, then right, and then just cycle all the way back to left again. You'll see that the health just steadily goes down, and if you don't do this, you'll just start taking loads of damage and you'll die. As long as you're sticking to this method, you'll be absolutely fine. I'm sure you can probably swap Void High Lord out with some other classes, and people always love to comment other combos and setups down below, so do have a look in the comments because I'm sure our fellow heroes out there will be letting us know various different ways you can go through this, just in case you don't happen to have a particular class that we are using. Anyway, let us speed this fight up a bit, otherwise we'll be at the statues for absolutely ages, and their health is finally pretty much all below 10k now, so we can just finish them off one by one, and then move on to where we're going next, where I believe we are encountering yet another ginormous fish, and this one is probably slightly more annoying than the one we came across earlier, although I'm not too sure on that just yet. Emperor Angler. When heal up, Emperor Angler will devour all prey below half HP. It appears, believe it or not, you need to maintain your heals so you have over half of your max HP. I'm using Dragon of Time, Health Vamp, and again I have the potent Revitalize Elixir ready to go. If you're not sure on how to use Dragon of Time, you want to start off with 4-3-2, and then we're going to be going 5-4-3-2-3, and you can just keep on repeating that middle cycle. So, as soon as you've done the first three, you just want to keep up 5-4-3-2-3, 5-4-3-2-3, and so on and so forth, and that should keep you alive. Remembering that skill 3 is the heal, so just make sure you're not delaying on that one, especially when the text is appearing. Again, we've got that heal over time in the background and a bit of health vamp equipped, which probably helps. I can't remember which of these attacks are physical, to be honest with you. Obviously, it's only going to really be working with the physical attacks, but, you know, like I said, as soon as I equipped it earlier, I just left it on. But we're going through, we're doing absolutely fine. Again, it takes a little while. I'm sure you can stack the damage up a lot quicker and get through the fight quicker, but it's easier sometimes just to play these things nice and straightforward. Don't overcomplicate it with wacky setups. Just do something proven that works, and then eventually you will get through it. And as you can see, we are about to take down this ginormous fish, and then at this point, of course, we can move on to yet another treasure room, and this treasure room has got another treasure chest for us to quickly beat up. So once you've done that, we can move on to our next room. So this one is Rick Grim Soldier. He sort of just gets really low and then just goes a bit berserk on you, but I just kept Dragon of Time on for this battle, so if I was you, I'd probably just keep it equipped as well. You might be able to try a different class if you want, but again, this one will see you through. You could probably go about and put on some potent honor potion if you want to do a bit more damage with Dragon of Time, but eventually the health will go down nice and steadily, and once he goes into this psyched up mode, as soon as you get him down low enough, you will defeat him as you would expect. And then we can move on to our next room, which will be in literally just a moment, because he's only got 15k health left apparently. So any minute now, down goes Grim Soldier, and we can start this one, which is going to be MechroLich and Cyborg. So defeat the MechroLiches first, get their health down evenly by changing your target. Once they are all low, defeat them one by one, and then target Cyborg. We're using Arch Paladin and Health Vamp for this one. So what I mean by this is we have these 3 Liches. What you want to be doing is literally targeting them one by one and bringing their health down nice and low. So the way we do this is I go to about 100k health on the first one, and then I switch over to the one in the middle and then repeat it for the one at the top. I try to just steady it in installments of about 50k HP, just so I know roughly where they're at and we can get them all down at the same time. I'm just bringing them all down at the same time because I personally found if I didn't do that and I had a big gap, I'd just get overpowered with damage from Cyborg and I was just dying. So this is kind of the way that I went about it when I came along here. And of course, you've got that really strong heal from skill number 3. As you can see, they're just continuing down. Like I say, we're getting them down to like that 100k mark. And the kind of numbers I'm aiming for, as soon as we get one down to about 15,000 HP, that's when we're going to start killing them off. You may want to just keep your nuke ready on skill 5 to actually use on the boss. I didn't do that. I probably should have. But as you can see, down go the liches. So this is what I was talking about. They're all nice and low. Make sure you keep your healing going and you can just get them gone. Although, like I said, I did just waste my skill 5 in my opinion. You will do a nice amount of damage to Cyborg. Try and play it safe, and by that I mean as soon as skill 3 is ready, just use it as a just in case. You don't want to wipe right at the end because that'd be incredibly annoying, and then he will go down and we can move on to MechaBinky. So for this, I did equip my potent honor potion to do a bit more DPS, and we went back on with the Dragon of Time using the exact same combo that we used earlier. Just for anyone that's been skipping through the video, that's 4 3 2, and then we go into a cycle of 5 4 3 2 3, and just keep on repeating that last bit, and that generally sees you all right with Dragon of Time. I'm sure down below people will tell us other ways you can go about using it, but that's just how I do it, and it seems to make the job work well for me. I found with this one, it was just a case of trying to kill him as quickly as I could, and that was kind of the tactics I took, and then down he went in the end. Again, no forge was used throughout this video, and other than health vamp, I didn't have any wacky enhancements on. So folks, I hope you found this one vaguely useful, and fingers crossed you can get through the dungeon yourself as well. As always, thank you very much for watching. Please do leave the video a like, and of course subscribe, and make sure you put on a rep boost before you go turning in these quests. Until next time, have a lovely day.